The stage is set for Darth Malgus to reveal himself to the galaxy. The Coruscant News Network gathers outside the Jedi Temple as he walks out with the same Sith passion he had 3,600 years ago when he laid waste to the Jedi Temple. His voice echoes through the screens of Coruscant, from the tallest towers to the depths of the underworld.
Citizens of Coruscant, hear me now. I am Darth Malgus. The time has come for the truth to be unveiled. The Jedi, once hailed as the guardians of peace and justice, have been decimated by one of their own. Anakin Skywalker of the Jedi Order, you demand proof. Look upon this holo recording. Witness Anakin Skywalker slaughtering younglings and kneeling before his true master, Chancellor Palpatine. Yes, the very security you believed in has crumbled. The Jedi and the Republic have fallen from within. This betrayal cannot go unpunished. But fear not, I promise you peace and security. The Senate must act now to place the Chancellor under house arrest. Anakin Skywalker, the child killer, is no more. He has paid for his crimes with his life. I stand before you not as a destroyer, but as a harbinger of a new era.
Knowing that he has won the people over to his side, Malgus walks away with his Dark Jedi back into the temple. He receives a holocall from acting Chancellor Valorum, thanking him for gaining his biggest political uprising in Valorum's career, and as long as he remains Chancellor, he promises Malgus that he can claim ownership over the temple. Malgus, knowing he has found himself a puppet, exclaims that reorganization is required for the entire Republic and Jedi. Valorum agrees with Malgus, as the people have no confidence at this present moment for the Jedi or the Republic. Valorum informs Malgus an emergency session is happening soon. Malgus explains what needs to be entailed for full confidence to be given to the acting Chancellor, as well as Malgus's leadership over the new order. The emergency session at the Senate has commenced. Acting Chancellor Valorum takes the stage.
Senators of the Republic, today marks a turning point in our history. The Clone Wars and recent treacheries has left our Republic nothing but a shadow of its former self. Supreme Chancellor Palpatine has betrayed us. In this time of crisis, Darth Malgus has emerged to restore order. Without him, we would remain under the shadow of Palpatine forever. Do we want further death of children under the guise of ones such as Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker? We must act now. Under Malgus's leadership, the Republic will be reorganized into the Galactic Sith Empire, guiding us to a future of true peace and security. Let us be rid of all wars. It is imperative we act now. Order 66 will be carried out by the clones, and any remaining Jedi will be required to head to the Jedi Temple for immediate deprogramming of their dogmatic religious beliefs. Chancellor Palpatine is to be placed under house arrest in his office and await trial for his treachery against the people.
The whole Senate cheers for this new chapter of galactic history. Padme, beside herself as her world falls to the depths of unimaginable pain. Her husband, a child killer, dead, and the liberty she has been fighting for years dies with a thunderous applause. Meanwhile, Yoda and Obi-Wan, after viewing what has transpired, both agree that Obi-Wan needs to kill Malgus, while Yoda eliminates Sidious to prevent his return to office. Obi-Wan walks towards the temple. The guards let him through. As he walks through the halls of the old Jedi temple in sadness, the temple is now filled with acolytes, basking in the power of the dark side, on their way in becoming Sith. Former Jedi Barriss Offee, now known as Darth Zayna, refuses to make eye contact with the Jedi Master. Malgus walks with thunderous steps, looking at Obi-Wan Kenobi with utter contempt. Standing on the ground of the newly deemed Sith temple, Obi-Wan ignites his lightsaber, but he senses a presence, a familiar presence. Footsteps approach from a distant, isolate part of the temple, and it is none other than Darth Vader. Having survived his encounter, Malgus is in complete disbelief. Not even the most formidable Jedi survived Malgus, yet Vader did. He is not an ordinary Jedi. Obi-Wan and Vader having nothing but disdain for one another, knowing that their conflict can be revisited after the death of the Butcher in front of them. Both ignite their lightsabers against Darth Malgus. Malgus nods to Darth Zayna as she walks away, ensuring none of the acolytes interfere. Vader, with anger, charges at Malgus, while Obi-Wan, with patience, circles and looks for an opening. Malgus is too quick, and his flurry of attacks overwhelms the Jedi Master and the Dark Lord. Then Vader, with succession, strikes Malgus' shoulder pad. Impressed, Malgus believes Vader and Obi-Wan should join him. Malgus continues his flurry of attacks, but the coordination of the two are so refined. Malgus' anger grows as he moves back as to not sustain injury from the barrage of lightsaber strikes. The two move forward, ready for their next coordinated attack. Suddenly, Darth Zayna activates an electric ray shield which incapacitates the two, rendering both Vader and Obi-Wan unconscious. Malgus, now progressing his build of the Sith Empire, instructs part of his Dark Council to take the unconscious Vader and Obi-Wan to the Forgotten Lands of Drummond Cass. Malgus gives them the coordinates and in due time will meet his council there once he is done with his political affairs on Coruscant. On his way to the Senate office, Malgus hears Tarkin deliberate with Valorum. Malgus, finding Tarkin intriguing, probes his mind with the Force unknowingly to Tarkin, and in his mind's eye he sees a giant space station, Project Stardust. Entering the room, Malgus recommends Tarkin be promoted to Grand Moff, giving him full control and funding for Project Stardust. Tarkin, driven by career ambition, agrees. Malgus informs Valorum that his prime focus should be enveloping the clones into the transition of Sith troopers and galactic order governed by the Sith Empire, including the developments of the space station to solidify the Empire. Malgus instructs Valorum to employ any and all methods to instill fear in those who oppose the Sith Empire. Any senator daring to defy the Empire will be implicated in Anakin's involvement in attempting a Jedi ritual involving child sacrifice. Ruling with fear will create success for the Sith Empire. Malgus travels to the desolate world of Drummond Cass, following the scent of dark side energy to the ruined Dark Temple. He brings the unconscious Vader and Obi-Wan to a sacrificial circle, tying their legs. His acolytes ignite lightsabers, cutting off both their hands, waking them in agony. Malgus strikes them with Force lightning as they struggle to stay conscious. He approaches, putting their hands on their faces, uttering the Sith code. Visions appear as they are so close to death. For Anakin, his mother Shmi appears, as well as a saddened Padme. For Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon and Satine's passing moments. Then, entering the circle, two Sith spirits appear, Nox and Jadis, consuming the bodies of Anakin and Obi-Wan and puppeteering them. Now their bodies are controlled by Sith spirits. Malgus now believes no such force can stand in his way. He sends Jadis and Nox to be inquisitors of the Sith temple on Coruscant to begin building the Sith army. Meanwhile, before making his way to destroy Sidious, Yoda, with pain in his heart and a galaxy in complete turmoil, makes his way to a secret location to contact Bail Organa and Padme Amidala. Yoda, using every fiber of his being to not succumb to fear, informs them that Anakin and Obi-Wan cannot be sensed and Palpatine is his only focus. He will destroy him and then he will face Malgus. Yoda then informs them that Anakin is the chosen one and any hope of the galaxy being saved may have died with him. Padme confesses to Yoda about the marriage she has with Anakin and tells him that there may be hope as she is carrying Anakin's child. Yoda, closing his eyes, not knowing what to think, says for them both to keep safe and trust in the Force. The next phase of Malgus's plan is going to be set in motion. Malgus holocalls the Sith Temple and holds a meeting with Darth Zayna, formerly Barriss, and Grand Moff Tarkin, ordering the lockdown of Coruscant and the purposeful and secret release of Darth Sidious so the Senate has no bounds on his life. Malgus orders Tarkin to mobilize Sith troopers and for Darth Zayna to mobilize the Sith and hunt down Sidious. Malgus is on the way to join them and be the one to finally kill Sidious and be steps closer of becoming the false emperor. Darth Sidious, seething with anger over years of planning failed, finds himself with no other option. He heads to a secluded room deep within the levels of Coruscant, his contempt evident as he unlocks the door with the Force. Inside, he is greeted by a whisper of Sith holocrons. Among them, he approaches a holocron containing the consciousness of Darth Plagueis the Wise. To be continued.